How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to our very first Riftbound trading card game video. Today we're going to be opening up and reviewing the Riftbound Proving Grounds box set. Is this a good product? Is this, in fact, one of the best pre-constructed products on the market in 2025? And I can tell you this right now because I've had a little bit of experience with this already. I think this is an incredibly good and one of the best products of the year. And what really holds it back is, at least at the time of this recording, availability, right? The Proving Grounds box set is great value and you get a lot of cool stuff for this. However, it's extremely hard to find, and even harder to find at the MSRP. Right now, this box is retailing for this amount. I don't remember exactly how much it is off the top of my head, and prices fluctuate, but it's this amount currently, and it should be this amount. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the Riftbound Proving Grounds box set. Is it worth it for you to purchase? Is it worth it for you to purchase at these exorbitant prices? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. All right, let's get started. And before we do, I just want to give a huge shout out to anyone who recognizes the art from this playmat. You are a real OG if you do, but I digress. Let's go ahead and grab our box cutter and crack into this. Now, when this was first announced, I thought this was a brilliant idea. Having a, complete box set for 2 to 4 players, just with complete decks. I think this is a great idea. This is something that other TCGs have done. Not a lot of other TCGs, but some of them have done. Notably, Pokemon. This is something that Pokemon has done. I don't remember the exact name of the product, like Battle Coliseum or something like that. That it comes with like 3 to 4 pre-constructed decks of dubious quality in terms of like the playability of the cards. But it's still a great way to get folks to learn how to play Pokemon. And I thought, hey, this is a great thing to do as well for this. As it turns out, some of the champions and leaders in this deck, or legends as they're called, are extremely powerful, like Master Yi up here. These are the contents. I'm not going to read them out verbatim because you probably don't care. We'll just show you. It is a complete product, and that's why I think it's so good. You get 4 decks, and you can play any of the formats offered right now. You can play 1v1, you can also play multiplayer, 2v2, free-for-all, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and crack this open. It does come with a how to play guide, which is always really nice. I love it when card games do this these days. It's kind of like a dying art. Not a lot of card games come with these like how to play booklets. And this one is, I think this one is serviceable to get you started. There are some rules I do believe that aren't in here that you will need to go and look up in the comprehensive rules, but yeah, I do think this is a good start. And here we see different modes, 2-player modes. We have 2v2 teams. There's like the free-for-all. Yeah, so I do like, and here's like a recommended strategy and deck list. I like this. I keep saying that, but this is stuff that not a lot of other card games do, and I think it's very appreciated when games do this. So yeah, good on you for that. These are the game boards. So essentially these are what you can use instead of a beautiful playmat like this. It's just you can use this to play on your turn. What's cool about this, other than like other card games, is like this is actual like cardboard. It's not just like a flimsy paper playmat, which is a lot nicer to play on in my experience. So that's pretty cool. And I also like it when you're learning to play that we have a lot of the core rules here. So this is the one for Master Yi. This is the one for Annie, because it's got Tibbers on it, and Annie as well. We have, I assume this is Garen. I see his cloak. Yep. Good old Mr. Meathead himself. Spin to win, all that kind of stuff. I did play a lot of Garen back in the day. I don't think I mentioned it in this this episode yet, or this video yet, but I used to play a lot of League of Legends. In fact, I'm not the best League of Legends player, is how I say it, but I'm not the worst either. I do have a couple of victorious skins on my account. This is Lux here. I like Lux. Lux is pretty cool. I like Lux a lot in Runeterra. I also played a decent amount of Runeterra as well. These are something that I didn't actually realize. It had it in the picture, but it didn't have it in the box contents. These are acrylic standees. This is cute, dude. I actually really like this. All right, very nice. I actually haven't watched anyone open these up yet. So it's just the acrylic standees and then the stands. Okay, cool. All right. And then we also have our decks. We'll take a look at these individually. We have Garen, the Might of Demacia. We have Lux. One of our community members was posting in the community Discord that their Lux actually had pretty severe like print lines or print cuts on it. So we're going to be checking out the card quality of these for sure. We have Annie, the Dark Child. And then, of course, we have the Wuju Bladesman, Master Yi. We're just pump him up with a bunch of stuff in auto attack. I don't know, he might be different in League of Legends now. It's been a long time since I've played. And then we have some of these, big Battlefield cards. All right, I didn't know about that either. Cool. And then the rest is just, you know, like this. What I'll likely do for this product in particular is I'm going to sleeve these up and make a little battle box. Add these to my starter decks. So I'll have 7 decks to play with. That's what I'll likely use this product for. But you could also use this for parts to construct your own competitive decks. Let's go ahead and check out these first. I do want to check these out and kind of evaluate the quality of these. As a giant weeb myself, I have gotten some acrylic standees before, so I do have at least a little bit of an opinion on what makes a good quality acrylic standee. Basically, you want it to have a sturdy, thick material, no chipping. You don't want the surface to be scratched. Here is, it looks like we can probably take off the film on here, but overall this looks pretty solid actually. I like the grumpier side more. And then we have the little stand that you put it in. This is another thing. I've had acrylic standee games or games that use acrylic standees where these just break when you're trying to put them in. So you have to be very careful, but that's pretty good. All right, yeah, there is a film over the top that you're gonna have to peel off, but I'm not gonna waste your time by doing that. I can already tell that that's a pretty decent quality standee. Let's check out a couple other standees, and then we'll check out the actual cards. Yeah, this is nice. Actually, once again, didn't realize that these actually came with this. So here's Lux, Angry Lux, Happy Lux. Nice. And then once again, we have these. Gotta put it in nicely. I'm gonna have to take these out later when I take off the film, but they do look pretty good. Let's do Yi and then do Garen last. My boy Garen. Like I said, I played a decent amount of Garen. Not one of my mains, but I did play a lot of Garen. Master Yi. Oh, that one looks good. I do like the chibi Master Yi. It makes him look like he has a quite large head. Ooh, that just went right through. It's because I just pushed it down like this. So it just went right through that. So maybe, well, this one's pretty loose. This one's pretty loose, I will say. I think if I pushed it in perfectly, yeah. If you push it in perfectly, it'll get in there. Like that. So yeah, you be careful with how you put those in. And then finally Garen, and then we'll take a look at the cards. Gotta check out all of them. Angry Garen. Happy Garen. Yeah. And I'm sure this one, if I just jammed it in, it would do the same thing. Sure. So you just have to be careful when putting these in. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. These are nice. We'll do Angry Garen. Yeah. So overall, acrylic quality, pretty good. Let's take a look at these oversized Battlefield cards, which would be pretty cool to actually play with. I have been playing with proxy decks, and I have been playing with the other starter decks. So we have the Fortified Position, we have the Star Tipped Peak, these single-sided, the Trifarian War Camp, and the Void Gate. So these are the 8 Battlefield, or the 4 Battlefield cards, I'm sorry, that we have like oversized versions of. That's kind of cool. I think this is like the only place, or one of the only places to get these, at least right now. So I don't know. I kind of dig that. And let's take a look at the decks now. So As mentioned, one of our community members had their Lux deck kind of scuffed, so I'm curious to take a look at Lux first and see how things are. All right, so here is the Lux deck. Of course, there's no foils, which is a unique part of this, but we do get some like rare. So we have 2 copies of Lux Illuminated here, for example. And once again, not foil, but the quality seems okay. Let's look at the print quality. I can see a little bit of scuffing. I mean, you can see that giant one right there. So these also not immune to the print quality issues that the game is undergoing, but overall it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. How about on this side? Yeah, it looks okay. It looks okay. There's just a couple errors where I don't know, they tried to cut it with a blunt blade or something. So anyway, we have Lux. We have these 2 rare champion Luxes, as well as these epic Luxes, which are very nice, very pretty. Great artwork. Final Spark. And then we have some Vanguard Attendants. And I will note that some of these cards are unique to this product. You cannot get them in the booster set, at least right now. We have the Ravenbloom Student, Singularity. Pretty nice. I love how it comes with full play sets, which are 3 of in this game. Blast of Power, Eager Apprentice. There's some Falling Comets. Lecturing Yordle, Mega Mech. Some of these cards are also in the starter or in the booster set. So there you have some unique cards and some non-unique cards as well, back to back. Which is why this product is currently extremely expensive because of Master Yi. It's the only place to get them. Vanguard Sergeant, and then we have our runes. Little mix between our Order runes and our Mind runes. Pretty cool. For the Lux deck, I do believe it's the Lux cards that are unique to this. All right, let's check out the Master Yi deck. Overall, like I said, I think this is a great product, especially if you can find it at a reasonable price. You get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of. We're just gonna. The pull tab does not want to be grabbed. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and I think the decks themselves are like pretty decent construction as like starting and beginning decks. I have not played them against the other precons, the other starters, so I don't really know the relative power versus the other starters, but I think these decks, generally speaking, are pretty well built. And they do have epic quality cards, whereas the other starters do not. So these decks, generally speaking, feel a lot more consistent than the other starter decks, right? You don't have a lot of one-ofs in here. Even the high rarity stuff you get duplicates of. And of course we have Master Yi. And then once again, print quality, a lot better on this deck. This one looks a lot nicer. Yeah, print quality on this deck is good. Not as kind of scuffed as the Lux one. Mountain Drake, Gentleman's Duel, On Guard. Yeah, I recognize some of these cards just from the main booster set and opening a couple packs. Stalwart Poro. We have Confront, Wielder of Water, Cannon Barrage, Mobilize, Stormclaw Ursine, and then we have our runes. I noticed we're not really, we don't have any tokens, but I suppose that these decks may not be running cards that generate tokens, unlike the other decks, the other starters, that do come with tokens, or at least the Victor and the other one. Why can't I think of the other one? The Jinx deck does not have tokens in it, but the Victor deck and the Lee Sin deck do. Why can't I remember Lee Sin? He was like one of my brother's favorite champions to play when I played League of Legends. I did play a lot of Lee Sin jungle and otherwise. All right, so here is the Annie deck, Dark Child. Print quality looks really good, or well, there's a little bit of scuffing up there, but not too bad. I would say overall, very good quality on this deck. So we have Annie, we have the 2 champion Annies, we have Maddened Marauder. Do we get Tibbers? Ooh, we get 3 Maddened Marauder rares. Okay, And then we have Fiery Annie, the epic. Oh, here's Tibbers. 2 epic Tibbers. Nice. Cool. At the end of your turn, ready 2 runes. Okay, so this is kind of like a maybe fast speed style deck. We have Firestorm, deal 3 damage to all units on a battlefield. That seems pretty good, but it costs 6. Traveling Merchant. We have Incinerate, deal 2 damage to a unit in a battlefield, and you can do this on action, which is pretty good. Disintegrate. A lot of Annie like themed stuff in this one. Flash. We've got Pouty Poro. Got a good old Gust. Morbid Return. Oh, this is the one that you get a dude back from your graveyard. Yeah, pretty cool card. We got the Mystic Poro. Yeah, I do really recognize some of these from Runeterra. Sneaky Deckhand, or at least the art. We got the Fiery Runes, and then we got the Chaos Runes. Cool. Yeah, I really like how consistent these decks feel. Like you get a lot of 3-ofs, 2-ofs. It really feels like a well-built deck compared to something like a generic starter deck that has like a lot of 1-ofs that are maybe have powerful cards or maybe a little bit powerful or more powerful cards than usual, but it feels inconsistent because you just want to draw those powerful cards. And then finally, we have Garen, the Might of Demacia. And also print quality on these looks pretty good. All right, yeah, we just had the Lux deck was the only one that was a little bit jank. So we have Garen, we have this Garen. So, oh, weird. Okay, so we do get 2 of each, but it's just in a weird order. So we get the 2 Rugged Garens, then we get 2 Garen Commanders, and then the 2 Decisive Strikes. Also, we have Recruit to the Vanguard, Noxian Drummer, Vanguard Attendant, got Confront, Crackshot Corsair, a 1 of Dune Drake, interesting. It's just a 1 of common though, so there's probably a gameplay reason why there's only 1 of these in here. Back to back. Daring Poro, Faithful Manufactor, Petty Officer, Vengeful Sergeant, and then, oh wait, we do get 2 Dune Drakes. It was just weird collation. All right, cool. So there's still no 1-ofs. I didn't think so. And then here we actually get some tokens. Okay, we do actually make the recruit tokens, and so this deck actually comes with tokens. And there's the backside of the buff. Yeah, it is. So we got buff on one side, and then the recruit tokens on the other side. Great. And then we get a big handful of them. And then we have all of the runes, and this one is alternating. It's weird that this deck in particular is different, like collated differently than the other decks. But yeah, overall, I think this is a fantastic product, especially once again, if you can get this at a reasonable price. And even the one deck that was a little bit jank, I still think, sleeve this up. You can probably scratch this out. I don't know. I think it will be fine. Yeah, what I really like about this, and this is something that I want to talk about in a future video, but I love complete box set products like this. I think they offer a great way to not only get into this game, but I think they offer a great alternative to playing a TCG at all. Because you can just buy this product, sleeve it up, and keep it like this, and have a self-contained product that you can play with your family or friends, right? You don't have to upgrade these into competitive decks. You don't have to take these to tournaments or your local game store. You can treat this like a board game. And as a board game, I think this is a cool, complete experience. These decks, interestingly enough, as I was flipping through them, they didn't individually come with the battlefield cards. And I was wondering that because we got these big oversized battlefield cards. So as you're playing, well, these are the battlefield options, right? Instead of each deck coming with 3 like the other starters do. This really does feel a lot more like a self-contained product, even if some of the cards in here are quite strong, because we do know that this Legend Master Yi is a very powerful card. This is a meta relevant card. So yeah, I think this is a cool product. And if you can get this at a decent price, if they reprint this or it already is available at the time that you're watching this video at either MSRP or lower, I think it's definitely worth it. And I want to remind you that the MSRP for Proving Grounds from the Riot store was $30. And think about that, $30 for the acrylics. We have these, we have Well, the box didn't come with too many crazy stuff. We had those cardboard play mats, and we had the How to Play book. But 4 decks and all of this for 30 bucks, I think is a fantastic deal. So if they reprint this in, you know, large quantities, if it's already available at $30, I cannot recommend it enough. Even maybe a little bit more than that, maybe up to 50 bucks, I think it could be a good value. It's all determined upon what you would like to get out of a card game. And I think we're going to end it there. So thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, I give 2 thumbs up on this. I think this, if this was widely available at MSRP, this would be the best pre-constructed product of 2025, hands down. And I cannot claim that now because it's not available at $30. You can find this on, you know, secondhand for quite a bit more, like triple, if not quadruple that price, or even more. So it's difficult to call it the best product of the year if it's a product that you can't even go out and purchase. Once again, if they reprint this product, if it's available at MSRP and in quantities that are reasonable, then yeah, this is an amazing product. So I'm going to say this is one of the best pre-constructed products of the year. Design-wise, it is the best. I think this is an absolutely fantastic product. Intent-wise, also the best, because their manufactured price is excellent. But in terms of availability and, I don't know, stocking, printing, not great. So it's like S tier on all these categories, and then in the availability category, it's like bad. It's really bad. So it brings it back a little bit. So let me know what you think of the Riftbound's Proving Grounds box set. Were you able to pick one up at a reasonable price? What do you think of these decks? I think, once again, fantastic product. Couldn't recommend this enough at reasonable prices. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more trading card game content here on Red Zone Rogue. I really appreciate you being here. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.